For the last 30 years, cheap motoring has meant one thing: a stripped-out little manual bargain box you simply put up with. The all-new Renault Clio has just quietly torn that rule up. Because this is the first proper supermini you can buy, with a smooth automatic gearbox bolted to a petrol and LPG engine, and it can cover close to 900 miles on a single fill-up while costing only around €1 a litre to run. That exact combination has never really existed before. But there is one honest catch hiding behind that enormous range, and I will get to it, because it genuinely might change your mind. So let us start with what LPG actually is, because this is the whole point of the car. LPG is liquefied petroleum gas, a cleaner, far cheaper fuel that costs roughly half what petrol does at the pump, and this Clio runs on both. Renault calls this system Eco-G, and the new version makes a healthy 120 horsepower with 200 Nm of torque, a useful step up over the old one. Now here's the part almost nobody is talking about. Until now, if you wanted cheap LPG running costs, you were stuck with a manual gearbox, always. This new Clio is the first supermini to pair that gas engine with a proper dual-clutch automatic. So, for the very first time, the frugal, pinch, every penny choice is also the relaxed, easy, sit-in-traffic choice. And it is not slow either. 0 to 100 km an hour takes just 9.8 seconds, which for a car obsessed with saving money is genuinely brisk. Then there is that range. Thanks to two separate tanks, a petrol one and a big 50-liter gas tank, the Clio can travel up to 1,450 kilometers between fills. That is almost 900 miles. And you never have to think about it, because when the gas runs out, it switches itself to petrol automatically, so you are simply never left stranded. On top of that, it emits around 10% less CO2 than the equivalent petrol, so it is cheaper and a little cleaner. If a car that quietly saves you money every single week is exactly the kind of thing you want to see more of, then do consider subscribing. It genuinely helps. But I promised you a catch, and here it is, and it is a real one. To fit that big gas tank, Renault had to steal the space under the boot floor, so the boot shrinks from a healthy 390 liters down to just 260. That is almost a third gone, and you lose the spare wheel too. If you regularly haul suitcases for a family, that hurt is real, and you should know about it before you fall in love. And yet, here's why it still makes so much sense. Renault charges exactly the same for this Eco-G Clio as it does for the normal petrol automatic, which means all of that gas-saving technology is, in effect, completely free. It even undercuts the Clio's own full hybrid version by around €2,700. Yes, the cheaper Dacia Sandero uses the very same engine for less money, but the Clio answers that with a plusher cabin and that slick automatic the Dacia simply does not offer. So, is the new Clio secretly the cheapest car to run out there? On the numbers, for a high-mileage driver, it makes a seriously strong case as long as you can live with that smaller boot. It is clever, it is cheap, and it is refreshingly different, and honestly, that is a rare thing today.